What's the weirdest thing about your family? My dad started giving away all his possessions. Nobody understood until a decade later. Dad called on a Tuesday. Come get your mother's dinnerware. The ones with the blue flowers you always liked? Why? You love that set. Just come get it. That weekend, I drove 3 hours to find boxes stacked in his garage. Dinnerware, photo albums, his father's watch collection, mom's jewelry, all labeled with our names. Mine, my brother Steve's, my sister Karen's. Dad, what's going on? Spring cleaning, he said, but his hands shook as he handed me car keys. Take the Mustang, too. You learned to drive in that car. The '67 Mustang was his baby. He'd spent 15 years restoring it. I tried to refuse, but he practically forced the keys into my hand. Over the next month, it escalated. He gave Steve his tools, thousands of dollars worth. Karen got mom's wedding dress and all the family's silver. Cousins received furniture. Neighbors got lawn equipment. His best friend Paul walked away with a Rolex. We tried talking to him. Doctor visits revealed nothing wrong. His mind was sharp, health decent for 71, but he was systematically emptying his life. He's not even keeping basics, Karen whispered during an intervention attempt. I found him eating off paper plates. He gave away all the dishes. Depression? Steve suggested. Maybe he's planning something? That fear haunted us. We took shifts checking on him, but Dad seemed oddly peaceful, almost cheerful. He'd sit in his increasingly empty house, reading library books, eating takeout on the floor. By month 3, he'd given away everything except a mattress, 2 changes of clothes, and a coffee maker. The house echoed. Family photos. Distributed. His medals from Vietnam. Sent to the military museum. Even his cell phone. Gave it to a teenager down the street who'd broken theirs. How do we reach you? I demanded. Landline still works, he said calmly, though I'm thinking of canceling that too. The breaking point came when he listed the house. His house for 40 years where we'd grown up, where mom had died. Listed it for half its value with one condition. Quick cash sale. This is insanity, Steve exploded. What's the plan here, Dad? Live under a bridge? Dad just smiled. Something like that. We considered legal options. Power of attorney, competency hearings, but every lawyer said the same thing. He was clearly sane, just making unusual choices. It was his property to give away. The house sold in a week to a young family. Dad used the money to pay off Steve's student loans, Karen's mortgage, and my daughter's college fund. The rest he donated to mom's favorite cancer charity. Remember when your mom got sick? He asked. Those last months? Of course. She couldn't enjoy anything. The pain, the medications. Nothing tasted right, felt right, looked beautiful anymore. She said the worst part wasn't dying. It was that everything she'd loved had already become meaningless. But you're not sick. No, he agreed. I'm not. That was the last time I spoke to him in person. Everything else I know about him comes from second-person accounts. The day before closing, Dad walked out with just the clothes on his back. No forwarding address. No phone. No way to reach him. We panicked. Filed missing person reports. Hired a private investigator. Nothing. He'd vanished as completely as his possessions. 6 months passed. Steve was furious. Karen cried constantly. I drove myself crazy checking morgues, hospitals, homeless shelters. Nothing. Then the call started. Is this Emma? Your father saved my family? A woman in Oregon. Dad had appeared at their food bank, volunteered for 3 weeks, then paid off their mortgage before disappearing. Your dad was here in Detroit, bought winter coats for every kid at the shelter. He stayed at our monastery in Vermont, taught woodworking to troubled youth, left before we could thank him. The sightings multiplied. Alaska, working on fishing boats, giving his wages to local families. New Mexico, building houses with Habitat for Humanity. West Virginia, teaching literacy at a prison. Always the same pattern. Arrive with nothing, help everyone, leave before attachments formed. The investigator tracked the trail. Your father's become some kind of wandering philanthropist. He works just enough for food, gives away everything else, never stays anywhere long enough to need possessions. We've barely spoken to our father in years, but we get regular updates from people he helps along the way, for no reason whatsoever, and we still don't know what's going on.